and welcome to the news at 7. I am David Opwasele. The headlines this morning: Anambra government urges schools to participate actively in debate competitions. 35 suspects arrested for drug offenses across Anambra State. INEC Chairman Yakubu appeals to senators-elect to accelerate deliberations on review of electoral law. On the foreign scene, 50 countries ground Boeing 737 MAX 8 aircraft following Sunday's plane crash. Schools in the state have been urged to encourage their students and pupils to participate actively in debate competitions. Speaking when she visited St. John of God Secondary School, Oka venue for the 2019 Governor Schools Debate Championship, the Anambra State Commissioner for Basic Education, Professor Kate Omenola, disclosed that 1,500 public and private secondary and primary schools are participating in the competition. Education correspondent Theophilus Okoha now completes the story.
That debate song set the tone for the competition. Professor Menoga witnessed the debate for the primary schools category, which was between Kweloka Primary School and Progressive Primary School, Oka, who deliberated on the theme: children should be up to 18 years before having access to social media, while the secondary school category, which was between Community Secondary School, Umuoka, and the private school, deliberated on the media to focus on the personal life of politicians. Speaking later in an interview, the commissioner said the debate initiative is part of state government's measures to sharpen speaking ability of skilled children. She urged teachers in both private and public schools in the state to mold their pupils and students to participate in the debate competition.
We found out that to be able to develop what we want Anambra State to really be, we want Anambra State to be a place where we can export, human resources, which is very important. We need to catch everybody, whether in private and public school, and that's why we extended our tentacles to the private schools too, and I'm excited about that.
Earlier in an interview, the coordinator of Bring It on Africa, which is collaborating with the ministry in the program, Mr. Onyeka Chiene, who listed the cash and consolation prizes for the best debaters, said the best 5 debaters will represent Nigeria in World Schools Debating Championship later in the year.
Bring It on Africa is an NGO that has experience. We are quite experienced in things like this. We are here to help in finance, in fine-tuning the talent that we have in Anambra State.
Also speaking, the Zonal Education Officer, Mrs. Ngozi Udo, who supervised the debate competition, expressed satisfaction with the performance of the competing schools.
I believe, and from what we have seen, that our children really have future in the debate competition, and it take us up to where they usually take us up.
Theophilus Okoha reporting for ABS News.
Anambra State government has commenced construction work on Archbishop Anekwenwa Afiezi Ozu Dusog Mobi Road, Okuzu, in Oyi local government area. The road is awarded to New Either Construction Company, is to be completed within 1 year. Staff reporter Njide Kokoe reports.
The 3.5-kilometer road connects 4 villages in Okuzu was poured to Oyago, Abagana, Otuocha Road. Speaking at the inauguration of the construction work, a representative from the State Ministry of Works, Mr. Michael Obiekwe, said that the state government is determined to create more access roads in all communities across the state, noting that Governor Willie Obiano has shown passion to the people of the community. He stated that the contractor handling the project has exhibited a high sense of commitment to ensure early completion of the project, calling on the people of the community to cooperate with him.
You can see that the contractor from today has shown a sign of commitment. We also have other roads going on in Okuzu. The one that starts from the Okuzu Civic Center is also ongoing.
On his part, a stakeholder in the community and a one-time Dean Church of Nigeria, former Archbishop of the defunct Province 2, and Bishop Emeritus of Awka Diocese, Most Reverend Maxwell Anikwenwa, described the project as a new dawn as, according to him, successful administrations in the state promised to construct the road but did not fulfill the promise until the intervention of the Obiano administration. Most Reverend Anikwenwa thanked the governor for remembering the community, promising him their total support.
I do hope that His Excellency Willie Obiano will really complete this work in record time, and God will bless him.
Amen. The President General of the community, Chief Uzodimma Echesi, the chairman of Mbagozu Okuzu, Mr. Onyeka Nwachukwu, and Mrs. Obiageli Stan Nweke said the project will enhance the living standards of the people of the community. Responding, the contractor handling the project and the traditional ruler of Umueri, Igwe Benneth Emeka, said that the road connects the community with other neighboring towns and commended the governor for providing good road network for the people of the state, promising to complete the project on schedule.
The contract was just started yesterday, and the people of the community, people of the Okuzu community, they are very, very happy. They are very enthusiastic. They have shown a lot of good level of cooperation. We are hopeful that we are going to complete it before the 1 year period.
The inauguration of the road project coincided with the 32 years episcopacy of Archbishop Maxwell Anikwenwa, during which he cut the celebration cake, accompanied by his wife, Blessing, Igwe Benneth Emeka, and friends who also prayed for him. From Okuzu, Inoyi Council area, Njideka Okoye, ABS News.
35 persons have been arrested for drug-related offenses in parts of the state. The people were arrested during a 2-day joint raid on 8 hotspots by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the military, police, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Prison Service, and Nigeria Immigration Service. Ekwiyajide was there for the ABS and reports that the spots raided include the Newi 100-foot road, Ihialamutu Park, Aba Park, Obosi, Okeja, Okpoko, Owari Park, Lagos Park, and Benin Park. We have details taken from our studio.
Exhibits seized include 6.3432 kilograms of cannabis sativa, 9.4 grams of cocaine, and 4.3 grams of heroin. Reacting to the arrest and seizure, the state commander of NDLEA, Mr. Sule Mamudu, said the joint raid has come to stay as the agency and its sister agencies will from time to time clamp down on drug peddlers to ensure that the state is free of illicit drugs, especially in the parks. He commended Governor Willie Obiano for giving them the needed logistics to do the work. Mr. Mamudu disclosed that those arrested will be screened and the innocent ones among them will be left off the hook, while the guilty suspect will be charged to court. The commander advised parents to always monitor the activities of their children so as to know when they have deviated. He cautioned all illicit drug peddlers and abusers to leave the state because the agency is all out in its onslaught against hard drugs dealers.
Various parties involved in the Bagana Ukbo Enugu Aba Enugu Agit and Ukulu land disputes have been urged to guard against their utterances in order not to incite or offend anybody. The chairman administrative panel of inquiry into the matter, Justice Chinyere Anibogo, retired, made the appeal during yesterday's proceedings at the government house. Oka Chibuzo Koe has details.
Justice Anibogo urged all the parties to look at their documents, decisions, and judgments that have been given and delivered on the matter since 1908, noting that unguarded utterances from parties could offend someone. Justice Anibogo urged the parties to put away individual prejudices and look at their facts in order to have an amicable resolution of the matter.
We will not tolerate anything whatsoever to return us to square one. And for those of you, you said you didn't understand what went on. There's no way Enugu can deny what went on because Enugu Community Development Union wrote this petition. That's it here.
The state commander of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Mr. Sule Momodu, and another member of the panel, Venerable Ameshu Huosa, equally urged the parties to ensure that the matter, which has lasted for many decades, comes to a logical conclusion.
I urge Enugu to don't let pride or anything whatsoever be the issue. You've made a mistake. Accept it. Withdraw your petition. We'll move on.
The Enugu representatives to the Surveyor General of the state, who were summoned to appear before the panel yesterday, were all present. The traditional ruler of Enugu, Igwe Raf Epe, his Abagana counterpart, Igwe Mbamalo Keke, Igwe Robert Ezofukbo, and that of Nofia, Igwe Chijoke Wanwo, were all present at the proceedings. In Oka, it's been Chief Uzokoye for ABS News.
Here's still to come on the news. INEC Chairman Yakubu appeals to senators-elect to accelerate deliberations on review of electoral law. On the foreign scene, 50 countries ground Boeing 737 MAX 8 aircraft following Sunday's plane crash. These and more stories will come your way when we come back from this short break. Stay with us.
Here is a public service announcement. Anambra State Government cancels collection of levies and fees in all markets in Anambra State. This is to inform the public that Anambra State Government has cancelled the collection of all forms of levies and fees in markets and streets in Anambra State. The cancellation will be in effect until 1st June 2019. The 3-month cancellation period is to enable government and leadership of the various markets to deliberate and agree on a better and more effective model of collecting fees and levies in the markets. The public is hereby also reminded that the ban on sales of emblem is still in force. Anybody caught violating this cancellation and ban on sales of emblem will be arrested and prosecuted. This is for the attention of market unions and their leadership, traders, security agencies, and the public. Announcer, Mr. C. Don Adenoba, Honorable Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment.
The Independent National Electoral Commission Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu has appealed to senators-elect to commence and conclude work on the review of the electoral legal framework early ahead of the 2023 general elections. Yakubu made the call while presenting certificate of return to senators-elect at the International Conference Center, Abuja. He stated the late conclusion of the review of the electoral law would affect the Commission's implementation of the framework, adding that as a matter of urgency, INEC will begin work on post-2019 elections review and roadmap to 2023. He assured that the Commission will continue to work with the National Assembly to review and strengthen the electoral law. The new Dean, Faculty of Education, Anambra University, Oka, Professor Anthony Eze, has stressed the need for peaceful approach to combat oil theft and pipeline vandalism in the country. Professor Eze maintained that a recent United Nations report on oil-related crimes revealed that Nigeria lost about $2.8 billion in revenue in 2018. Professor Eze, who stated this in an interview with newsmen, maintained that crude oil theft and other related crimes threaten government revenue, peace and security in the country. He called for the establishment and security and regional development committees, as well as the community pipeline and facility surveillance program to assist in combating oil theft and pipeline vandalism. He advised oil firms to improve on their relations with host communities and use the local communities for effective intelligence gathering on crude oil theft and other related maritime crimes to check oil-related crimes in the country. And still on the story of the plane crash on Sunday, a total of 50 countries, including the U.S., has either grounded or banned the Boeing 737 MAX 8 planes following the crash of an Ethiopian Airlines plane of the same model that killed all 157 people on board earlier this week. U.S. President Donald Trump spoke to the media before the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, grounded all Boeing 737 MAX jets in the country. Trump said his decision was fact-based, even as he admitted it was made partly with regard for the mental well-being of American travelers. of more than 370 Boeing 737 MAX jets in global fleets, 74 are flown by U.S. airlines, according to the FAA. Those include United Airlines, Southwest Airlines, and American Airlines. Mexico also took action against Boeing 737 MAX 8 planes just hours after the U.S. decision to suspend the plane's operation inside the country. The General Directorate of Civil Aviation said they were banned until further notice to guarantee the safety and confidence of aircraft flying in Mexican airspace. All right, we move now to sports, where Eddie Hearn says he is optimistic about the chances of Anthony Joshua facing Deontay Wilder in a highly anticipated heavyweight unification fight later this year. The two fighters have been unable to agree to terms for some time, with the bronze bomber instead opting to fight Tyson Fury in a thrilling split draw, although a rematch will not happen, with Wilder having a WBC-mandated title defense against Dominic Breazeale instead. Joshua, meanwhile, fights Gerald Miller at Madison Square Garden in June, though promoter Hearn is increasingly hopeful that the two will come face-to-face in November or December of 2019. All right? Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by logging on to our website, www.absradiotv.com. You can like us at www.facebook.com/ABSRadioTelevision. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Now, the main points again before we go. Anambra State government has urged schools to participate actively in debate competitions. 35 suspects have been arrested for drug offenses across Anambra State. INEC Chairman Yakubu has appealed to senators-elect to accelerate deliberations on review of electoral law. On the foreign scene, we told you that 50 countries have grounded Boeing 737 MAX 8 aircraft following Sunday's plane crash. And that is the news this morning. I am David Okwasale. Good morning, Anambra. We'll continue right after now. Stay with us.